Hi, Peggy. I think you've got the idea generally here. The one that worries me is split complementary. I don't think you're pointing to the right blue, which actually will help you out here. I think you've got the blue that's just one south of the one marked with a B. Now, take that one, draw a line straight across, and you land at yellow-orange. So your three colors will be the blue one below B, orange, and yellow. Hi, Brett. Your color harmonies seem okay. With regard to color wheels, if you depress shift and tug at the corner to expand or diminish the scale of the image, you will not get that distortion. I like the thumbnail and assignment too, with the large spots. Probably because I've seen what we call eye spots on butterflies before. Maybe not as many as you have there, but I feel as though the spirals are perhaps not combined into a unified design as much as they might be. Pam, I think your color harmonies are quite good here. A couple of tiny things with split complementary. I see a green that's not a cyan green. It's kind of in the background toward the sun or behind those, what do they look like? Shark's teeth. And maybe in monochrome there's a slight shift in hue. It's really negligible. I like to see you using more variation with hues in the one that you ultimately go with. Hi, Chris. One small thing. In your split complements, I'm not finding any yellow in that composition. Now, just thinking about the prominent trunk here, that really stands out. It's set against the sky. I just want you to check the way that the end of it looks. I think the top, is a little like a finger or a poker. I think that's a little longer than the bottom. It's almost like a mouth, isn't it, with the two lips? Now I'm going to take that back because I just took a look and African elephants' trunks look the way you've drawn this one. Indian elephants look otherwise. But maybe pay a little more attention to the silhouette of the trunk. Hi, Carolyn. I want you to go back and look at a draft's review because I think I've reviewed this very version. The one thing that I will note here is that in analogous, the colors need to be side by side. I'm thinking that you're trying to create the look of a shadow beneath your crowns. And I was going to suggest that you could draw a shape, then go to the top of the layers palette in Photoshop and change the opacity to make it look more like a shadow. Hi, Anne. By this time you've got your color harmonies all settled pretty well. This is kind of a crazy motif. You've been very ingenious finding things and making things and assembling things in varying ways. I like where we get some senses of overlap with, say, complementary and especially analogous is probably my favorite here. I think if you wanted to play with the drop shadow in certain areas, you could flatten your image or a copy of it and go in there with a paintbrush, for example. Becky, your harmonies here all look good. My favorite among these is probably the analogous one. It's reminding me a little bit of a daffodil. And it's not so much that it reminds me of something I know, but maybe in this case, the stars cease to be so prominent in appearance, and I can envision the whole design as representing a flower. Yes, nice work here, Vanessa. I'm attracted to the monochrome and then the analogous one here in particular. Let's see. I'm just going to say that with monochrome, try to pull all of your colors from a single hue. You're pretty close here.